Hey folks, I'm Rupali, your host, and welcome back to Crime Hack. While investigating who beat up their friend Akash and took his bike, amateur detective brothers Raj and Sandy have gotten beaten up themselves. Also, the initial main suspect Priya vanishes as well when she decides to help the boys investigate. However, the next day she comes back to college and tells a wild tale about how she was kidnapped, kept someplace blindfolded, and then released the next day. The boys realize that she was released soon after Sandy was captured and that his attackers never came back to check on him. Otherwise, there would have been another attack on Priya or the boys. This also meant that Sandy was captured and left in the old mansion to starve to death. The thought makes Sandy's stomach growl, and the boys go to the canteen to have a bite. There, Raj notices that the new canteen help has his eyes glued on Sandy. And now, Nayak Brothers and the Mystery of the Catacombish Tunnels by Rupali Rajapadhe Roti, Part 32. During the lunch hour, the brothers conferred again in the canteen. I was thinking, Sandy started to speak. Someone didn't want me to meet Priya that day. Eureka! Raj mocked playfully, and Sandy punched him on the shoulder. Unabated, Raj continued. Take my word, kiddo. Someone spotted you lovebirds the other day. He popped a bite into his mouth. Impossible, Sandy revolted. There's no way anyone could have. And Raj started smiling. All right, okay. So someone did, Sandy admitted irritably. And what's this crap about kiddo and lovebirds? And Raj's smile stretched further. Stop smiling! Sandy wrapped a hand around Raj's neck. Or what? Kill me? Raj egged on and immediately cuffed. Too bad. Then it will be only you and the huge pile of work. What work? Ooh, angry young man burns up his grey matter first. Leads, smartass. Ring a bell? And Sandy released him. Lots of leads and too short a time at hand. So, bunk lectures? Look at the twinkle in his eye. And what about sports practice? Reminded Raj. Shit, football practice it is. It was Sandy's favorite sport. Well, we won't be able to find out much after dark though. Raj made a weighing scale out of his hands, indicatively and questioningly. Maybe we can... Sandy suddenly went berserk. Let's make a list first, shall we? He immediately brought out a pen and paper from his pocket. The haunted mansion comes first. Raj took over the command. You were attacked and held captive there. Priya was released there. And you had said the two men had headed into a direction opposite to where you had gone in. Sandy nodded, so Raj continued. Possibly they were heading towards a parked van after leaving you in the mansion to go fetch Priya. Quite possible. Let's see whether we can find tracks. Right. Secondly, the two men mounting security cameras in the Pate area the other night. I would like to check on them, Raj said. Yes, there was something fishy about them, wasn't there? Then growing thoughtful, Sandy added, but we would be wasting our time, don't you think? Why? They aren't related to this mystery. But they could be up to something illegal, Raj protested. We could end up helping Dad on one of his cases. Raj had a point, but Sandy had a suggestion. Why don't we get someone else to help us on that? Like who? I don't know. Friends? Sandy proposed between bites. Raj sighed. Let's at least find out whether the corporation has really appointed anyone to do such a job. Alright, then that's got to be done before 6 p.m. Otherwise, there won't be a soul around to ask any questions. Fine. Once we find that out, we would make a bucker out of someone to keep an eye on that house. Okay? Perfect. Suddenly, Raj's eye caught someone and he smiled mischievously. Ooh, your secret admirer. And Sandy followed his gaze. Standing a few paces from them was the canteen owner's nephew again. Sandy immediately flared up. Will you just shut it and concentrate on work? Somebody's jealous of me. Raj teased further and Sandy fixed him with an angry gaze. You're breaking his heart, Sandy. See, he's fiddling nearby so you'd give him a look. Just one look, Sandy. Sandy suddenly sprang up to leave and Raj grabbed his hand to pull him down. Okay, tickle me not. Don't ever let me enjoy, he complained. Enjoyment at my expense? No, thank you, Sandy snapped back. Raj raised his hands in submission. Fine, fine. So, where was I? The leads, Sandy reminded irritably. Raj reluctantly tore his gaze away from the canteen guy and said, Yes, the next lead is the underground tunnels you found. We need to go back in there and find out what Tushar was up to. That is, if he was up to something. Oh, hold on. Before we do that, I want to read up on it. Sandy was very sure about this. It seemed like a labyrinth to me back then, and I don't want to get stuck there forever and starve to death. Finally, Raj mopped his brow of virtual sweat. We found something that doesn't require daylight. Sandy smiled sheepishly. But I have a feeling that we will need to hurry up on that one. I won't have a sound sleep till I find out what's so interesting about an old underground tunnel for a young man like Tushar, call him a rat, Raj pitched in, to go exploring about. Sandy smiled in response and then continued. That is, if he was not trying to hide from me. Suddenly he froze. Looking at Raj, he spoke dreamily. Rats. We need to hurry up on the holes to get to our sweet reward. Their assailants had said those exact words when Sandy had followed them after the chili powder attack. Immediately, Raj was also bitten by the same dreaminess and they exchanged an excited, knowing gaze. So Tushar did go there on purpose, Sandy burst out. What a break, Sandy, Raj cried delightfully. Now, what could be the sweet reward? Sandy thought for a long while without responding. Raj suddenly sprang up to his feet with determination. Let's go find out. Raj was amazed. How? Where are we going? To the history department, of course. Then, with a wave of his hand, Raj commanded, Secretary, follow me. And Sandy skidded to a stop. Secretary, my foot? I will get that info from somewhere else. Saying so, Sandy pushed Raj away. Hey, don't be physical with me, Raj warned seriously, then laughed and ran away, lest Sandy come after him. Whoever brings useful information first will be the boss. So while Raj raced to the history department, Sandy dashed to the library. So friends, don't enjoy the story alone, share it. Also hit that subscribe button to show us you like our content, otherwise there is no motivation for us to continue. We also publish content on real life crimes just to make you aware of the real dangers in the big bad world. Do check out our video on the recent bank scam in India. All our videos come with subtitles too. So until next time, keep safe and enjoy life. Namaste.